Welcome to ABX Reviews. Today we're diving into a powerful and emotional episode of Genesis, where a family's deepest secret is pushed to the brink of exposure, corporate ambitions clash with personal fears, and a group of friends finds an unexpected new beginning. The tension in this episode is incredibly high, so let's break it down scene by scene. Scene 1, The Grandmother's Decree. In the opening scene, the grandmother, referred to as Mama, firmly states her decision that her late grandson, Phila, must be buried at his ancestral home, the Gigabars, rather than at their current residence. She is confronted by other family elders who remind her that they had all previously agreed to keep the circumstances of Phila's life a secret. They express fear about the consequences of revealing this secret now, but Mama is resolute, stating that her primary motivation is to achieve peace for Phila's spirit. Scene analysis. This scene sets up the central conflict of the entire episode. It establishes the weight of a long-held family secret and the clash between different perspectives on how to handle it. Character motivation. Mama is motivated by a deep sense of cultural duty and a desire for spiritual peace for her grandson. The other elders are motivated by fear and a desire to protect the family from the fallout of the secret. What deeper issues are being explored? This scene deeply explores themes of family duty, tradition versus modern consequences, and the heavy burden of secrets. Scene 2, Morona's desperate plea. Morona, who appears to be Phila's mother, begs her own mother, Mama, to abandon her plan. She argues that this will turn Phila's send-off into a circus rather than a dignified funeral. She reveals the immense personal cost, fearing that the exposure will end her music career and cause her to lose her record deal. Mama dismisses these concerns, believing that doing what is culturally right for Phila is more important than Morona's career. Scene analysis. This is the emotional core of the A-plot, highlighting the direct personal conflict and high stakes for the characters involved. Character motivation. Morona is motivated by self-preservation and fear for her livelihood. Mama is motivated by an unwavering belief in her moral and cultural obligations as a matriarch. How do the characters impact the story? Mama's actions are the driving force of the main plot, while Morona's desperate resistance creates the central emotional tension and drama. Scene 3, A Child's Simple Perspective. In a brief, touching moment, a child, likely named Noah, is seen setting aside items for family members, saying, "One is for you, Mom, Dad, Noah, and me." This simple act of inclusion and family unity stands in stark contrast to the complex conflict and fracturing happening among the adults. Scene analysis. This scene serves as a poignant narrative contrast, reminding the audience of the simple, pure concept of family that is being overshadowed by secrets and arguments. Lessons learned. It subtly teaches that amidst complex adult problems, the simple, unifying love of family is what truly matters. What deeper issues are being explored? It touches on the themes of innocence versus experience, and how adult conflicts can disrupt the fundamental bonds of family. Scene 4, Bortko's hesitation. A character named Bortko is urged by someone to go and pay their final respects to Phila. However, Bortko hesitates, expressing that she does not know where to start. Another character notices her unease and questions if something has happened. Scene analysis. This scene builds suspense and suggests that Bortko may be privy to more information or may be personally struggling with the situation in a way that others are not. My reaction to the scene. This moment made me curious about Bortko's role and her personal connection to the events. Her hesitation hints at deeper layers to the story. How are the characters developing? Bortko is presented as a more reserved or conflicted character, potentially marking the beginning of her own personal journey in this story. Scene 5, The Hustler's Confrontation. The scene shifts to a group of young men, including Festus, who are confronting him because he took their collective savings without asking. They are angry and demand to know where the money is, accusing him of irresponsible behavior. Scene analysis. This scene introduces a subplot that provides a change in tone and setting, offering a look into the lives of characters outside the main family drama. Character analysis. Festus is portrayed as a risk-taker who acts without full consultation, while his friends are shown to be focused on their collective goal and feel betrayed by his unilateral action. What deeper issues are being explored? This explores themes of trust, friendship, and the pressures of economic hardship. Scene 6, Fistos's Big Reveal. After much pressure, Phaestus leads his friends to a new living space. He reveals that he used their savings to rent this place, calling it a serious upgrade from their previous situation, which involved living under a bridge. His friends are initially angry but are stunned into silence and then impressed by the quality of the new home. Scene analysis. This scene provides comic relief and a twist, subverting the audience's expectation of a simple story of betrayal. It shows that Phaestos's actions, though questionable, were ultimately for the group's benefit. My reaction to the scene: I found this reveal to be a fun and surprising turn. It completely flipped the dynamic of the previous scene and made me see Phaestus in a more entrepreneurial light. Is the story strong, confusing, predictable, surprising, etc.? This was a surprising development, making the hustler's story more engaging and less predictable than a simple fallout over money. Scene 7. A mother's concern for her son. In a more domestic setting, a mother expresses concern to her son about the anger she sees consuming him. She tells him it is not right and is eating him up from the inside. Scene analysis. This scene establishes a new character dynamic and a separate source of tension, likely related to the family business mentioned later. Character motivation. The mother is motivated by love and concern for her son's well-being. The son is motivated by a deep-seated frustration that he soon reveals. How do the characters impact the story? This conversation sets the stage for a corporate power struggle subplot that runs parallel to the main familial conflict. Scene 8. The son's ambition revealed. The son explains to his mother that his anger stems from his late father's wish for him to become CEO of the family business. He declares that it is overdue and time for him to take the business to the top. His mother pledges her full support to help him achieve this goal. Scene analysis. This scene clarifies the motivation for the corporate power struggle and solidifies an alliance between the mother and son. Character analysis. The son is ambitious and feels a right to a position he has been denied. He is driven by a desire to fulfill his father's wish and prove himself. What deeper issues are being explored? This explores themes of legacy, parental expectations, and the hunger for power within a family structure. Scene 9. The funeral disruption. The episode reaches its climax at Phyla's funeral service. The tension built up throughout the episode explodes when someone arrives and pointedly asks, "What is Mpumi's child doing here?" This question reveals the core secret, that Phyla is connected to a man named Mpumi. Scene analysis. This is the payoff for the entire episode's build-up. The secret is forced out into the open in the most public and dramatic way possible. Is the story strong, confusing, predictable, surprising, etc.? This was a powerful and well-executed surprise. The revelation happens not through dialogue but through a shocking, public confrontation. What do I think will happen next? Based on this, I believe the next episode will deal with the immediate fallout of this exposure, focusing on Morona's career crisis and the reaction from Mpumi and his family. Scene 10. A hustler's pitch. In a brief final moment for the subplot, one of the young men from Phaestos's group is seen on the street, asking people for donations and support, showing that their hustle continues even after securing a new home. Scene analysis. This short scene serves as an epilogue for the hustler's storyline in this episode, reminding us that their struggle for stability is ongoing. Lessons learned. It shows that progress is often a series of steps, and achieving one goal, like a home, leads to the next challenge. How do the characters impact the story? These characters provide a grounded, street-level perspective that contrasts with the high-stakes drama of the other family stories, making the world of Genesis feel more complete.